Hello everybody. The Sacramento Kings. They're an organization that's not exactly trying its best to fight for a playoff spot, but the Warriors made it a fair fight by resting a bunch of their players. But nonetheless, the Warriors took care of business. One fun subplot was the return of Jonathan Kuminga to the rotation, and Nemanja Bjelica used to play for the Sacramento Kings, so this was kind of a revenge game for Nemanja. This is one of the Warriors' most basic plays. Quick split cut, two men run towards each other, one man always dives to the basket, and then the other man releases to pop out for a catch and shoot. Juan Toscano-Anderson, who does the cutting. Kuminga does not pop very hard. I think the Kings are happy to let Kuminga take these three-point shots, and Kuminga says, "I've been practicing my shot. Here's a sample." Most of the evening, the Warriors tortured the Kings inside. A simple post feed to Andrew Wiggins. Davion Mitchell is a very aggressive, talented defender, but he's too small. And so the big guy is going to help down on Wiggins. As soon as he makes an aggressive move, Kuminga has lifted up to the top of the key, and so Wiggins will just throw it over to him. Smooth shot. This is a kind of sloppy version of a Warriors staple play. They throw the ball into the elbow, with Kuminga being the passer. These three guys are going to execute a triple split. One person dives, another person pops out, and the third person screens for the person popping out. So Bjelica cuts through. He's the one diving. Poole is popping out for the shot. Juan Toscano-Anderson is setting the screen. The action was pretty sloppy over here, but Bjelica ends up sealing his man and getting great position, and Kuminga with a very wise pass over here. Kuminga sees Belly coming out to the corner, and he just whips a pass to him, and Belly's defender is not quite in the right position, so Belly can attack the closeout. All these rotations are too slow. I mean, Bjelica is pretty slow, but this is too slow. Nice little reverse. Kuminga sizes up Harrison Barnes, decides, "I can take you," and he just uses power to get deep position in the paint. Bjelica's defender, he's sunk in all the way in from the far corner. Kuminga, he's going to spin to make people think he's shooting, and then he's going to feed Bjelica. Clean catch, the pass was a little bit off. Good enough. You want to see someone who's excited about Kuminga passing? As the ball's going through, from off stage comes one Mr. Green. He's going to march with aggressive enthusiasm for Kuminga's pass. I think this is an interesting play because it shows how comfortable even the Warriors role players have gotten in the Kerr offense. This play starts off as a stagger screen across the top for Andrew Wiggins. Our guy wanted to set the screen, but everyone's covered over here. So the Warriors flow into another automatic of their offense. Wiggins and Damion Lee and Bjelica are going to do a post split. The ball's going to swing over to the post. Two guys come towards each other, and usually one person will dive to the basket, one person will pop out, but also sometimes someone will set a pin-in screen for the other player. And you saw Damion Lee with a little thumb over his shoulder saying, "Come take my screens." Wiggins, I don't know, he's like allergic to taking screens or something. Barnes is leaning towards the screen, so Wiggins just gives him one step and then goes the other way. Wiggins tries diving fast, and Damion Lee pops out, but everything's covered, so the play's dead, right? 7 on the shot clock, time to ISO. No, Kuminga cuts very nicely. Kuminga gets it. There's only 6 on the shot clock, so he can go without any kind of guilt. He's just going to do a power move and just try to spin on Josh Jackson. He has the ball fake up to get Jackson up, and then he's going to try to step through underneath, and he's going to definitely get some contact, bonk, and just showing that he's got an old basketball soul. As the ball's falling off the rim, he's got his hands out in what the heck formation. You see him turn, flash a little angry look, and probably some angry words and some angry body language. He's angry. Kuminga, the beautiful thing about being 19 is that sometimes being angry actually gives you extra powers. Ex-Warrior Damian Jones trying to just power by Damion Lee. Battle of the Damions. See whether you're going to spell it with an A or an O. Jones is taking this into trouble. Kuminga's already right here, and we've got Juan Toscano-Anderson. And after the power move to duck under the arm of Damion, Damion takes it hard to the basket, and Jonathan Kuminga is happy to reject it hard. Wump. And for one play, Damion wins over Damion. Now Warriors have numbers over here. Not that much the Kings could do here. Juan's being guarded by this man. Davion Mitchell had to pick up the ball. Nemanja Bjelica, thinking about all the bad times with the Sacramento Kings, spots up, and he seems to have recovered his ability to shoot threes, which could come in handy for the Warriors in the playoffs. Time for a celebration audit. Nemanja has just gotten the ball. He's not even shot the ball yet. Jordan Poole stood up, and he's got the 3 up. This is good, solid premature celebration, and lots of players getting in on the premature celebration. This is Looney throwing up the Hallelujah 3. I think this is Chiozza throwing up the 3s, but Poole is going to take it the extra level, and he is going to get down celebrating. First, he's got the twirls with his finger, and then he's going to put the twirls with his hips. Jordan Poole's hips do not lie. Kuminga feeds the post, and then split cut here, and that means someone is going to dive, and then someone pops out for the shot. So Wiggins pops out for the shot. Kuminga's going to dive, and the Warriors rarely feed the person who's diving unless they're just open for a layup. And here Kuminga is not open. His defender is staying with him, but I think Bjelica says, that's just a minor detail that you're being guarded by another human being. Just put him in the basket and try not to hurt him, Jonathan. Kuminga catches the pass, lands on 2 feet. The defender gives a little premature jump. Kuminga might have given a little bit of a shoulder fake and then just allows him to take 1 step through, and now he's on the other side of the basket. And if no one's between him and the basket, then he can turn off gravity for a split second. There's a connection between Kuminga and Bjelica. In theory, they both can post up and shoot threes. So in this play, Kuminga posts up on the right block and gets an entry pass from Bjelica. Dante is too small, so we have the big defender stunting in to try to harass Kuminga's post up, but that leaves Bjelica in open, so Kuminga passes out of the double team. Damion Jones has to close out on Bjelica, so Bjelica drives very slowly around him and draws the foul. This is a super basic Warriors play, which I call horns follow. Bjelica is going to set a cross screen for Wiggins, and then Bjelica will follow to set up a quick pick and roll. Wiggins, one of the rare times he accepts the screen and doesn't go away from the screen. The Kings very aggressively show on this pick and roll, and Davion Mitchell follows over the top. Wiggins very awkwardly splits it, but he does get through, and now he's got a runway to a dunk. One of these guys has to rotate. In the NBA, it's almost always the guy on the opposite side of the ball, the weak side, and the person who's lowest, the person who's closest to the basket, because the idea is that once Harrison Barnes rotates, then even if the pass goes over to Kuminga, Kuminga's really far away, and then this guy perhaps can zone the pass, or there's plenty of time. We'll figure it out later. We're just going to contain the crisis now. Barnes does rotate. Wiggins very quickly sees that Kuminga is cutting baseline, and now Kuminga's going to have momentum going to the basket, which is usually bad news for the rim. Oh, that extra sauce on it. Here's a close-up as Kuminga goes up for the dunk. Jordan Poole, empathy dunk happening here. This shows elite athleticism to time his going up so that he will land at the same time as Kuminga. That attention to detail shows you care. Jordan Poole dunking his towel with extreme authority, 2 hands for safety. Damion Lee treating this with the seriousness it deserves. Kevon Looney yelling. Andre Iguodala is elbowing Otto Porter Jr. and giving him the that was nasty look. Just a few seconds after that tremendous dunk, Damion Lee coming out. He's going to pay his respects to Kuminga by saying, I don't know if you noticed, but I have a keen eye for this thing, and I believe you just threw down a truly nasty reverse dunk that looks a lot like this. And he's going to do his own mime impression of that fantastic dunk. Thump. That was good. I like how he sort of pulled himself up on the imaginary rim there. That added to the authenticity of the mime.